Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Real quick, when I say live, what I mean is I'm recording myself right now in real time, seeing the information, seeing the data for the very first time. In other words, I don't know what's coming next. So to respect your time, if you are looking for a video where somebody's got hindsight in their favor, if they're doing a trade recap or something like that, this won't be a video for you. But if you are open to the idea of an unscripted, nitty-gritty, dirty look into what it's like to be a day trader and how day trading can play out, then I'm confident you'll find value here in this video. So I will pause the recording software for now, and I'll be back at market open. Okay, I have an order at 198.65. Basically trying to play that white line up there. That might have been the move I was looking for. We'll see if it wants to give it another try. At this point, I'm going to go 198.85. So let's see if it wants to push up, get it slightly above that white line, and then come back down. Okay, push in. Come on, a little bit more. Come on, 85. I could do something else here too, since I seemingly have missed that. Yeah, I'm going to hop in there at 198.24. So this thing's either going to get rejected off this white line area or it's not. I am short for you beginners out there, meaning I want to see prices go down. So yes, you can make money when prices go down. That is known as going short. Okay, looking to take some off at 197.75. But it bounced right off that VWAP. All right, we'll see if it wants to go back down there again. I will pause for the time being. And now, well, is it making another push down there? I'm going to go ahead and pause. Okay, maybe making another push down there. So I took off some profits there just because. So I'll go with 50 shares because I'm going to go look at some other things. So I'm just going to put a stop at 198.76 because I'm going to go potentially maybe make some trades on some other things. And I'm not going to sit here and babysit for 50 shares. So maybe I'll lose money on this last 50 shares. But maybe I'll make some money too if it wants to come back down. But like I said, there's some other situations out there that look interesting. Oh, I was watching that one, but a little slow on that. Nvidia just really no potential. And I should note, if you're not familiar with my screen, if I get stopped out, that will change to green. So white means that the order is in. So if you see that all of a sudden change to green, that means I was stopped out there. But yeah, Nvidia, wow. I mean, it's easy to sit here in hindsight and say, oh, well, I could have shorted that move up right there. Yeah, what I have at that moment, like I said, trading in hindsight, it's quite easy to look back and say what you would have done. But yeah, Nvidia right now just continuing to move down. Wow. All right, I will go ahead and pause for now. And this is why I hopped out, because it feels very 50-50 at this point. So still at 50 in case it does come in my favor, but I can see it. I can realistically see it come down. I can also realistically see it just turn itself around. And in the time frame I was looking at, it didn't behave. That's why I removed myself from the majority of the trade, just because I gave it a chance, did not want to move down, and you can see now has turned into that much more of a 50-50 setup. So again, 50 shares, we'll see what happens with it. But wanted to give an update there that even if this thing collapses, I'm not going to say, oh, I screwed that up. Nope. I feel completely fine with how I played that, because this thing really just feels like a coin flip at this point, where, like I said, seemingly can go either way. So like I said, I want to get on the record straight before we know what happens. Even if this thing collapses, I still feel just fine about how I played it. Because, yeah, at this moment in time, it could, like I said, do the exact opposite and explode back to the upside. But, all right, still going to be looking around. There we go. Maybe is AI going to... Yeah, maybe some potential here on AI. I don't know if I've ever traded... Oh, wow. Okay, well, I still feel good about it. I did get the collapse downwards, so that is encouraging. So 197... So this will officially be a winning trade now, because even if I get stopped out, I'm still making basically $1 on these final shares here. I'm gonna move that down to 197.01. So yeah, now I'm making over $1 per share if it comes back up through 197 and out there. So $103. And yes, I stand by what I said. I get it. Yeah, wow, big move. All you need to do is be a little bit more patient. And you're right. But again, we all now have hindsight in our favor. So, but when it was looking like this, but check that out, that white line, the power of charts. Look at that. And to think I almost missed it on that trade because I wanted to get a little bit higher than that, but I'm glad I reassessed, hopped in still. But overall, I stand by what I said. I still feel just fine about it. Sometimes all you can do is laugh. But yeah, at that moment, completely was a 50-50, at least in my mind. So I'll take it. $100 on basically, let's see, I want to, so yeah, potentially 30.75-ish, 30.65-ish looks interesting here. Let me get that alerted to our 30.65 flush point. 1 minute. So if you're not familiar, how did the chat room work? There we go. So just alerted that to our private community, 30.65. Now, that doesn't mean people are just going to blindly follow it and take the trade. But, you know, I throw it out there, and if people want to agree, great. If they want to disagree, that's fine too. Maybe they see something different. Maybe even 30.75 at this point. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. And then full transparency here. Yeah, this thing just continued to drop and drop and drop. But I say this now just for comedic sake because, yeah, have you ever been here before? And I've been here before where this thing turns around and goes upwards. In fact, this was bull pennant pattern at that point in time. So it's not like this was like the expected thing to happen for a bull pennant in a gap up scenario to completely collapse. Could it have happened? Of course it could have happened. It's happening right now. But, you know, could it have turned itself around and gotten upwards? Yes. But like I said, that VWAP had me concerned, and because it was forming a bull pennant above the VWAP, felt too much like a 50-50, and that's why I decided to just, hop out. But I'm glad I did hold on to those 50 shares, because those 50 shares, I made over $1 per share on them. Okay, there we go. Is the NVIDIA finally going to give some sort of potential entry point here? Maybe. So I'll keep an eye on it. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. Well, I mean, all I can say is I still feel good about what I did. I still feel good. You can't script this stuff. You literally can't script this stuff, because we all remember me saying, I don't care what happens. Even if this thing goes, I'm going to say I feel just fine about it. But I'll be fully honest. Right now, it's very difficult to say that because I don't feel great about it, obviously. But you have to keep in mind, and this is, I think, where experience comes, is that I still did the right thing, because that thing at that point, according to my premise was if I get that move down, it should start to go, and it didn't. Therefore, I needed to hop out. But still funny nonetheless. And I have no problem saying I really don't want to be showing this right now. But just who cares, right? We've all been here. There's two types of traders out there: the people that have experienced what I'm experiencing right now, and then liars. So I mean, It's just really a question of, do people want to be honest about it or not? But yeah, pretty funny. I am interested now in Tesla potentially for another trade. But I mean, like I said, this thing is just essentially gone straight down. So I'm not sure what you're supposed to do with that from, I mean, people trying to catch a falling knife or getting destroyed, shorts. I mean, I guess that's worked out, but I don't like to chase. That's not a good habit to be building. But yeah, I just wanted to give another update just because this is pure comedy at this point. Okay, I have an order at 276.65 to get short here on NVDA. So this one still needs to come up a bit. I'll keep a close eye on it, and I'll keep you posted. Okay. Again, I'm at 276.65. Needs to come up just a bit more. Now the question is, do I just reverse around and try 276 now? I could potentially do that. I don't like it as much though. So let's just go 250. Yeah, I'm going to hop in right there. So, yeah. So we'll see what this one wants to do. It's either going to want to roll over or come back up. Do have an order out to just take 50 shares out at 275.75. So getting close to potentially hitting that profit target area. Right, I'll go ahead and pause. Okay, maybe it's coming down to that profit target area. Again, that's at 75. Okay, there we go. Took out those ones. So now let's see if this thing wants to roll back over some more. So put another order down there, and then my 200 will still be at 61 at this point. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. I actually got to step away from my computer anyways. So still could be a losing trade. It just won't be as big of a losing trade. Well, look at this big green candle all of a sudden showing up. Like I said, still could be a losing trade, just won't be a big of a losing trade because I've locked in some small gains, but also reduced position size. But yes, still very well could be a losing trade if it comes up. Wow, what a move here all of a sudden. All right, but like I said, I got to step away, so I'll go ahead and pause. All right, getting it back and seeing I was stopped out. Looks like I had potentially a move right here, but that move all of a sudden stopped and reversed right back around. So lost 50 bucks on that one. So like I said, still was a potential losing trade, nothing big at all, and up $50, and it is $9.59, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and call it good. Go along with the lines of the be done in 30 approach, meaning looking to be done after right around 30 minutes, just because I want to go do other stuff with my time. I don't do day trading because I'm trying to get some sort of Lamborghini. I do it because it's one of several streams of income for myself. And I mean, in all actuality, if I can make 50 bucks after 30 minutes, not many places in the world where you make $50 in 30 minutes. And I wasn't even at my computer the whole time. Like I said, I had to step away for a while. But that is, yeah, obviously I wanted more than that. Obviously that Tesla one sting. Oh, Tesla. Well, I may. That is actually a very interesting setup at this point now. $195. I mean, I don't care if I go red on the day. I'm up 50 bucks. Don't get me wrong. Again, that's solid money, but Now, if I was up like $5,000 and I'm saying, hey, maybe I'll go red if I'm wrong in this trade, that's a bit of a different story. Oh, wow, look at the overall markets all of a sudden. What's going on there? It must have been news. It's 10 o'clock, so some sort of news must have shown up here. All right, I'm going to watch Tesla a little closer just because this does actually look like a quality setup. And no, I'm not trying to force a trade because I was truly planning on being done. Then I glanced at Tesla on another monitor and saw this. All right, I'll pause. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get short here at 195.37 on Tesla. I do indeed like this. Let's see if we can get this to pull back a bit more. So I took off some profits down there. Again, still could be a losing trade. See if it does indeed want to push down. Took off another 50 there. Still have 150 left because again, now just not quite sure, but I do know right where high of 195.61, 195.61. So again, still could be a losing trade. And if this thing wants to come down to 194.15-ish, then I'll consider pulling off some profits, or else it's going to turn around on me and I will what did I get in at? 195.37. So let's do this at this point because it's come down enough. Let's make sure this is a winning trade. 195.01. Not fast. Back up it goes, though. No, let's just give this thing some wiggle room. I don't want to risk getting stopped out and then having it roll down in my favor. So 195.61. So it could still be a losing trade, and that's fine. Like I said, this thing's either going to work out, maybe work out very well, or it's not, and it is what it is. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause, and I will keep you updated on the trade. Still just hanging out. I've now just hanging out away from the computer too, so if I do get stopped out, I'm probably not going to capture it on video, but I did want to give a little update just going sideways here, but that's where we currently stand. All right, I timed it well, and I'm out. So, oh, I made money on that, right? Because I think I was only up 50 some bucks, but I'm up 81 now. So even with that, still made money on it. Okay, well, that's encouraging to know that. I thought that was still going to be a losing trade, but I guess the math worked out where I still ultimately made 30 bucks on it. But all right, well, clearly not my day. I've given two. I gave NVIDIA the chance to work for me more. That turned into a losing trade. I gave Tesla a chance to work for me, and that turned into a small winning trade. I realize I'm aware that, well, Clay, you could have taken off the gains way down here and you would have been okay. And you're right, but that's all hindsight, because had the thing continued like the first Tesla trade, then everybody would be sitting here, myself included, saying, geez, why'd you take out so much? So I just didn't have it. I just didn't get the moves in my favor. I was positioned though. I was set up where if the moves had decided to go in my direction, I would have been okay. Of course, not with the first one, but I still do stand by what that was, because at that point, that was me being short in a bullish context, in a bullish pattern. But these ones a little bit different, but yeah, it is what it is. So frustrating a little bit, but again, like I said, if I can walk away, and it's 10:45, or it's 10:15. So 45 minutes in, I'm still, with commissions, let's call it $70. I mean, $70, I would never go up to somebody that makes minimum wage and say, I made $70 in 45 minutes. I'm not very happy about it. That would make me a greedy savage. But yeah, it is what it is. So sometimes you're just, the ones where you do get the moves, you get out too soon. And then the ones where you give them a chance to move, they don't move. But don't worry, you'll have those days where they ultimately do move in your favor, and you'll do just fine. But manage that risk, manage that position size, and you can see that with a very type of day, still walking away with about $70 in 45 minutes, and I'll take it. So if you enjoy these live trade videos, hit that like button, leave a simple comment down below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good one. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up, as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.